Why, hello there, D.A. Morris. It has been quite some time, my friend. How you been?
For all of you watching who don't know, allow me to introduce myself. I am the belt taker, the history maker, the king of all I see, the main effing man for a God bless it reason, D.A. Morris. How's everybody doing out there?
I absolutely love your introductions. They are quite, quite amazing. Um, so since we last spoke, I've been saying you and your brother have a bit of issues currently.
Oh,
Did you
we're
want
gonna
to
get
address
we're
that?
gonna get right to this, okay?
Yeah,
For
let's
anyone
do
who
it.
wants to know what he's talking about, make sure you go over to Mon Valley Facebook page for MVP Wrestling. Are very easy to find, and you can see everything he's talking about because I'm being very clear and transparent about this whole issue I have with my brother. For all of you who don't know, my brother's name is Handsome Harley. Blonde hair, fake blonde hair. He dyes it. Uh, he's real talented in ring performer. Has done great things. Is traveling all around, but I had an incident happen at our last event for Mon Valley Pro Wrestling. Uh, I was being cheered. I was being loved by the fans, and for once, it took me back. I got a little choked up because I was like, finally, they wake up and realize who the main effing man of professional wrestling really is. Finally, they're giving me what I deserve, just to turn around and cheer for him. I refuse to share what is mine with anyone, especially my glory hog. Everything's got to be about me. Look how handsome and done. Screw him. Screw him. He's been trying to stand above me my whole life. But no one stands above the king, baby. Nobody.
I love that crown, by the way.
Thank you.
It's you've upgraded since we last spoke. You've become more of a king in a sense.
Hey,
Um,
I'm still me. It's just people can recognize now who I am. That's all it is. That's all it is.
bitch, you better recognize.
Better
That's
recognize.
what-
Yes. Yes, they better recognize who's the leader, baby. Who's the leader? That's all I'm saying.
unless I'm friends with the wrestler or the person, I haven't really been keeping up much with modern wrestling. There's so many. I feel weird because every time I go to try to watch, because it's been a while since I've watched, so then I'll go back to try to watch, and I'm like, so where's the wrestlers that I used to watch like a
Like,
few
where's
years ago?
John
Oh,
Cena?
they're retired now. That's what happened. You got old. That's what happened.
That's time. That's time.
Well, what blows my mind, bro, is when John Cena announced he's retiring. I didn't watch his retirement thing, but when he announced he's retiring, I looked up John Cena because I forgot how old he was. Time happens. He's the same age now than Hulk Hogan was when he was feuding with The Rock.
I know it's insane to think about how time catches up with all of us. Trust me, just to think how old Steve Austin is. And to me, I'm
Yeah.
thinking like any minute now, Steve Austin could come back and do a run, and it's like, oh wait, no, he's well up there. He ain't coming back.
Well, I will argue the fact though that he might have one match left, maybe, because you saw what he did with fucking
Kevin.
who did. Yeah, Kevin Owens. He did that run with Kevin Owens that one time WrestleMania, and I didn't expect a match like that. I expected like Stone Cold limping and barely able to do it.
Hey, don't be talking about me in the ring like that. So, yeah, the same thing can be said about Mick Foley. It's like a lot of people want him to come back. And fun fact for all you fans out there, apparently back in, 2018, I met Mick Foley at an event that I was performing at in the sports, what was it, the West
West
Bank.
Banco Arena.
Thank you. Little to my knowledge did I realize a member of that audience was you, Mr. Usenick.
Yes, sir. I showed up to meet Mick Foley. That was actually my second encounter with Mick, though Mick didn't remember meeting me the first time, which is understandable. That guy's been hit in the head so many times with chairs and shit and met so many people.
So let me make this clear for wrestling fans or anybody watching this. If you meet a wrestler more than once, pretty much you can guarantee they either don't remember you or they'll struggle to remember you because they meet over 1,000 people a day.
That's with any celebrity, though. That's with any any celebrity.
So don't people shouldn't take offense when they're like, "Hey, we met. Remember 2 years ago when we met at this?" But no, I can't remember what I had for breakfast.
See, I'm that way, and I'm not Mick Foley. I'm that way because I work at around a lot of people, and I meet people every day. I'm at festivals a lot, so I understand. I told Mick, I'm like, you might not remember me, and I don't expect you to. But I met him vaguely. I was working at a truck stop at the time, and he showed up, and he was limping like crazy. That was when he got his double hip replacement. That was literally a month before that. He was on I think he was doing a taping in Pittsburgh for Raw, and he was just coming through because we're the halfway point. Not really halfway point, but we are along the ways to New York where Foley lives.
We're along the ways from everywhere, right?
Yeah. Well, he stopped by, and he was wearing and it was April, I do believe, March or April. He was wearing a Santa jacket, like an actual, and I'm like, oh, okay. And I didn't notice it was Foley at first, but I'm like, who wears that kind of shit in April? And then the guy turned around, I'm like, oh, that's Mick Foley. That's who does that. And it was crazy because the woman at the register was talking to him, and he's showing her kids sitting on his lap and shit. And I didn't really talk to him much. I just hey, that's a cool jacket, whatever. Because he's a person. I want him to enjoy his day. And he fucking gave her a sticker or whatever that says, "I met Santa." And he winked and he walked away. And I'm like, "Are you a wrestling fan by chance?" And she's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Well, that was Mick Foley, 90s wrestler or 2000s wrestler." She's like, "No, it wasn't." I'm like, "Yes, it was." And she's like, "No, it wasn't." And the manager came back in from outside because he was cleaning the lot. And he's like, "Mick Foley was outside." And she's like, "What?" She's like, "What made you think that was Mick Foley?" And he's like, "He had a license plate that says 'Have a nice day,' and it has Foley on it." And I'm like, "Okay, where was he headed?" And she's like, "Where was he headed?" And she's like, "New York for a surgery." I'm like, "He lives in New Jersey." It's not that far. But continue what you were saying.
But I just thought that was an interesting little story that we could have met so many years earlier than we actually did.
Oh, dude, that was... We probably did. We probably ran into each other because I was watching the matches. I just didn't know any of the wrestlers.
No, I was managing at the time, so you probably did see me at ringside, but just the thought that I could have looked you right in the eyes and
Dude, it's weird how life works like that, because I have a lot of, a few people in my life that I've become really good friends with, and then we start talking about, festivals we've went to, or places we've been, and we're like, we probably have met before. Or crossed paths, at least. Yeah, I had this one guy that I was friends with on and off. I'd see at festivals and shit, and we became really good friends, and we started talking. And next thing we know, we're like, "Wait, you was that guy at the at that noodle place at that festival that I talked to for 20 minutes." And then we talked again and actually connected with the phone numbers and shit. Didn't even realize that we had previously met. Has that happened to you before, especially in the wrestling business?
Actually, yes. It just happened to me, actually. I'm not going to give names because, I'm not one for that. But what happened was there was a guy in the locker room with the last show. I don't think I had ever met him. Well, I shook his hand. He's like, "Oh, I know who you are. I've seen you before." I'm like, Really? He's like, oh yeah, I used to hang around here when I was like 12, and you were around. I remember seeing you. I was like, am I that old? And now the young like that, and because in my mind, okay, so I've been doing wrestling shows for 13 years almost.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Add in the fact that I've been going to indie wrestling events since I was 13, going on 14 years old. So I've been around wrestling that long. I've met so many people. I've met so many that have told me, oh, well, I knew you when you were 13, 14, and you were just a fan in the audience and stuff like that. It's like you stop and you're like, oh, yeah, that was a really long time ago, wasn't it?
Right? That's what people don't understand is I've had people walk up to me and I introduced myself to them and they're like, we've already met. And I'm like, you got to understand. It's not that I don't remember you. I might even recognize your face. I don't know where I remember you from right away until you start talking to me about how I know you.
So,
That's just how my brain works.
So I'll let you guys on a little insider on how my head works. I have the worst time with names. I cannot remember people's names to save my freaking life. I will recognize your face and I'll know who you are, but names just escape me. It takes me a while, a lot of repetition to remember names. That's one of the reasons I knew, like, my missus, who I'm with now, it's one of the reasons I knew I loved her, was, like, her name just stuck in my head and I couldn't forget it. And I've never had, even you, brother, like, took me a minute, like, what was his name? Usenick, I think? Like...
A gooseneck? What the fuck's a gooseneck? It's all right, dude. Whenever I was in high school, people would mix up the N with a D, and that was brutal. I was used dick for a while. I'd rather be a gooseneck than a used dick, I guess.
I forgot which Joe I was on right now, because Mon Valley Pro Wrestling, we do very family-friendly shows. The place I work currently for my real life job, which I will not mention here because I don't need to be harassed. But my boss does not like swearing, so I don't swear at work. I try not to swear a lot around my kids or at home. So sometimes I'm just like, oh yeah, I can drop F-bombs. Holy cow.
The thing is, though, is people need to realize, at least in my opinion, my personal opinion, we created these words, so why are we cherry picking which ones we're allowed to use?
You know what? I wasn't planning on going here with this, but I do have a question. Why do people have more of an issue with the word goddamn than they do the F word?
It depends on the person, really, but I think it's because a lot of people, especially people that follow religion, believe that you shouldn't use God's name in vain. But even if you look, if we're going to go there, even if you look, though, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get my thought completely out there.
Go.
Even if you look at it from a religious reason, any religious text has stated that you shouldn't use the Lord's name in vain. God is not the Lord's name in any religion. It's either Allah, Yahweh, whatever they choose, Jehovah. It's not. God is a blanket terminology for any deity that somebody would follow.
Sure. Like, so, I've just had people say, well, like, because my nickname, FN, it's abbreviated, obviously.
Yeah.
And it could mean anything. Like, I'm the Fun Night Man, or I'm the main Fish Nugget Man, or, FN anything. FN could have been anything. But I've had people tell me, I'd rather you drop an F-bomb than say goddamn. And I'm like, is it the damn part? Because I've heard worse swear words than that. I've been called worse swear words than that by children. Like,
yeah, I think it's more so the religious connotation, because damn isn't even a bad word, I don't think. I've heard worse. I've said worse.
On stage.
Like, I've said a lot worse. I always find it fascinating, though, as a comedian of sorts, I guess is what you call me, or an entertainer. I find it funny when I say, like, certain things, some of the reactions I get. Like, some people are like, you can't say that, or you've said you say this, but you shouldn't. And I'm like, you're supporting people that have said worse or done worse. So I don't. Like,
So I play by ear. It's like when I first meet you, I'm very straight laced, but the more comfortable I get with you, the more easier it is for me to joke around. But the one thing I do love doing is I'll be sitting here with my missus and I'll just make comments and make her go, "What the heck are you thinking?" Just to get a reaction, just to make myself laugh. Like
I do that too.
Like we'll be watching Little House on the Prairie or something. I'll be like, "You ever think there was a snake in the outhouse?"
Dude, I do that shit at work. Like, I'll just say off the wall stuff, like questions and stuff, and my coworkers will be like, "What?" And I'm like, "I just say shit just to say shit, just to get reactions, because I'll be bored. Like, nothing's going on right now, so I'll just say shit to make excitement out of life."
So I was a part of history, by the way, at the last Mon Valley Wrestling event. So I was a part of history because I was in the first ever title defense of the Parts Unknown Championship that is represented by Mayor Mystery from Parts Unknown. He has established his own championship, and I was involved in the first title defense. And it did not go well for me. But what are you going to do when I'm facing the guy 3 feet taller than me, about 400 or 500 pounds heavier than me? I don't know if you saw the pictures.
Parts Unknown Championship is brilliant because so many people are from Parts Unknown. Like, you open the door for a lot of people.
Yeah, he said he tried to make a call to Warrior, but I don't think that went well.
I don't think it went well, too, unless you have a Ouija board. I don't think that
I know we're in the middle of recording. Am I flashing to you? Like, are my lights flashing?
Your camera is sometimes dimming and getting bigger,
Yeah,
but your audio is perfectly fine. You look good. So.
Oh. You there?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what I did there.
I think we're perfectly fine. I mean,
yeah, my camera just fell.
Your audio is great, so that's all that really matters. I've honestly been contemplating doing this podcast on the go so that I can release more episodes. Just sit in my car talking to people. I've seen people do that shit.
Oh, I also demand as the king that you edit out the part where my camera fell.
I think that's hilarious. I'm just gonna keep that in there.
No, I'm the king, and I will have your head, and not in the fun way. If you do not.
I need a little off the top. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I was a part of history with the first title defense of the Parts Unknown Championship, which is represented, managed, and I believe is under the control of Mayor Mystery. And yeah, it did not go well for me. We got Iron Ike just pushed me, landed right on top of me, and when I came to, the fans were cheering for me. So,
damn. Maybe you need to counteract that splash with the deadliest splash in the game.
That's what I was thinking.
I don't know. I don't know. At that moment, I need to defend myself, and then we can get back into what's going on. I didn't give them the full splash because I was afraid I might kill somebody. That's why I didn't do it.
But yeah, here we got a 300-pounder not giving a damn. Landed right on top of me. Right on top. And before that, I was involved in a Santa versus Santa match where I was D.A. Claus versus a Sasquatch dressed as Santa Claus. And again, did not go well for me. But you keep putting me in positions that it wouldn't go well for anybody. So, what are you going to do? I am a man. I am the main effing man, but I am just a man. And you're putting me in there with monsters and creatures, and I'm putting up the best fight that anybody could. Nobody can touch me when it comes to that. Because even though, yes, I may not be getting the W, I'm walking out of there knowing that I put up a better fight than anybody else could have. With cerebral palsy. by the way.
They're pinning you against all these monstrosities of people. You have to have a game plan. You have to get the crew together, and you have to like.
Listen, Black Sheep Society. We always have a game plan. New merchandise available soon. We always have a game.
I need to get me one. I need to get me one of them shirts.
$25 at any Mon Valley wrestling event, or if you pay me enough, I'll send it to you.
Oh, awesome! If I pay you enough, you'll send it.
We have the new red and black variants here. As you can see, very nice, cheap plug. There we go. But yeah, Black Sheep Society, we know our business. Our business right now is to maintain being the top of Mon Valley Pro. When you come to Mon Valley Pro, you think Black Sheep Society because it is our house. It is my kingdom. And we run that place because we are everywhere. I tell it to everybody because it is true. If you represent us, you're part of the family. Okay? Like, people don't understand this. People think that we're just a wrestling group. We're not just a wrestling group. We represent everybody who wants to call themselves a black sheep. We really represent it. We really are. They aren't. You roll with us or you're not real. That's simple.
Yeah, and last time I checked, I'm real, so I do represent you. It's I think I am.
I've seen you rocking your D.A. Morris T-shirt. I get it. You down?
I don't have a Black Sheep Society shirt though. I have a D.A. Morris shirt though.
They sell great, man, because it's the hottest ticket around. Everybody wants to be in the Black Sheep Society.
I am working on right now getting my own merch so we can trade eventually. I've got. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I have a few designs in mind for some D.A. Morris merchandise, which I hopefully will be working on soon. I have some stickers designs in mind. I got some pictures I need to get printed out. I got interest in some other things. It just takes time.
How do you make your merch? Do you make it yourselves, have a merch guy, or do you like do it online? Like, how do you do this?
That, unfortunately, you don't want to know how the sausage is made.
Oh, you gotta like go out there and get the sheep yourself, and that's why you call it the Black Sheep Society, because you make shirts. You go out, you shave the sheep yourself.
There's plenty of good representable places to get shirts made up. All I know is we're the only ones with official Black Sheep Society merchandise at Mon Valley Pro Wrestling events, or you can contact me personally. Either way, you know where to get them.
I was more so asking for myself because I need to get.
You're talking to the leader, the founder, the king, baby, and you don't think I can't figure out someone to get you a shirt? Really?
I didn't mean a Black Sheep Society shirt. I was working on my own merch.
Oh, that, dude. When the camera's off, kayfabe.
What's this kayfabe? I thought that was a female singer.
Oh no, he was a director from the '80s. He did the first Slammy Awards.
Oh yeah, that guy. The Slammy. Whatever happened to those?
I know, man. I always really enjoyed the Slammies. I wish they'd bring them back. But here's the problem I have with current wrestling, and I don't mean to be that guy. I know. Oh,
but be that guy. Be that guy.
Okay, I'll be.
Get off my lawn.
I'm having trouble when it comes to like, okay, this guy's really talented. There's a lot of really good talent, but nobody's standing out as like, holy cow, when I think of wrestling, I think of that guy. Mm-hmm. You know, and it takes a while to get to that point. Like, Bret Hart had it. Shawn Michaels had it. Hogan had it. Cena had it. Where it's just the guy becomes just the star, where if you think of wrestling, that's who you think of. Cody's almost there, but I feel like he still hasn't, like, people still think, oh, it's the thing John Cena did. Or it's the thing Hulk Hogan used to do. Or nobody's like, oh, the current guy right now on top is so-and-so. Like, there's a few guys that are floating around, but it just doesn't feel like anybody's capturing the imagination of the wrestling community right now. Like, when Steve Austin was on top, everybody was like, that's the guy. That's who I want to see. And everything else in between was enjoyable and you remembered it, but you were really there to see Steve Austin. Can you think of anybody on the current landscape of things that make you go, that's the guy?
Well, even with Cody, it's kind of nothing against Cody, but it's kind of questionable if we're looking at the future guy, like the guy in the business, because Cody's been doing it for like a long time. So he's not really the future; he's the now.
Right, he's the now. Roman Reigns, I guess, but because of the
he's also.
Well, he had the long title reign stuff.
Yeah, well, the longest title reign currently is which title was it that never? I forget who it was now off the top of my head. I think it might have been Big Show or something. Braun Strowman, yeah, he's held that title for like 6 years or something because technically he never lost it. Yeah, but
on top of that, and again, not to step on what you're trying to say.
Good.
But on top of like guys not feeling special or really standing out, and don't get me wrong, guys are super talented, doing things that I couldn't even imagine I'd be able to do or anybody would be able to do. Talent's there. There's just that aura of like, oh, I'm tuning in specifically to see so and so. What happened to so and so? That's why I'm watching. It feels like more people are watching because, well, we want to watch wrestling, and that's great, but nobody's capturing the imagination. And then you add in the fact that there's more wrestling available now than almost ever in history.
That was the point I was going to make, is the fact that it's not just that way with wrestling, in my opinion. It's that way with everything because...
Yeah.
We have everything at our fingertips, so we get overwhelmed, oversaturated. Back when we were younger, not to be that get off my lawn, but when I was younger, we had what was on TV: WWE, TNA. We had, well, yeah, but that came. I started watching sort of when WCW was starting to get bought by WWE and all of that, so I didn't really have a whole lot of that to fall back on. But like ECW I saw on YouTube because it was
in 2007.
Yeah. So like we had other companies to watch on YouTube, but now
wasn't what it is now though. You got to remember that too.
No. And the internet wasn't what it is now. The internet used to be you'd have to actually look for shit.
Right.
You would have to You'd have a friend say, hey, have you checked out this company? And then you'd watch that for a while and be like, oh, this wrestler's the big guy in that. Like,
so to go over the list real quick, you have WWE, Raw, NXT, you have TNA Impact, AEW Collision, and Dynamite. You have NWA on Roku channel. You have JCW on YouTube. Not counting other independents who upload monthly, like MVP Wrestling is starting to upload episodes of their new series, MVP Underground. You have just an abundance of wrestling. We are spoiled with the amount of flavors and options we have when it comes to...
No, that's not to say that there wasn't a whole lot of options back then either.
No, but it's easier to find it now.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to find it because when I was a kid, looking back, I mean, we had WWE, Heat, Velocity, Raw, SmackDown. We had all the different pay-per-views. Saturday night, sometimes they had special events. Also, we had TNA Impact. We had, what else was there back then? JCW was a thing back then, but you had to go on their website and subscribe. Right. So... it's just easier to find for free now is the issue.
Yeah, there's just a ton of wrestling out there. It floods the market, and then you add in the fact, and this is a problem a lot of independents have, there's only such a big pool of talent to pull from that you end up kind of, okay, for example, you got two guys over in this company doing something, but in this other company they're like tag partners or something. You know what I mean? There's only so much talent in every area's talent pool. So there's a lot of... So if you're an indie wrestling fan and you just try to keep up with everything in your area, it can get a little confusing.
I think, and this might be a controversial take, but I think what wrestling needs right now more than ever is going back to collaborating, not trying to be the next big company, not trying to outdo other people like Vince McMahon did back in the day, but do what companies before that did. They would swap talents, they would have actual.
Here, I understand what you're getting across here, but here's the big problem. And this was a problem that the AWA had, that World Class Championship Wrestling had, that Memphis had. Everybody in wrestling thinks they're creative, thinks that my way will make us all this money, and when it, you might not have someone there to go, no, that's a stupid idea. But even if you have someone that says, hey, that's a stupid idea, nothing's stopping that person from going out and trying to still, like, you know what I mean? There's just too many, when you got too many spoons in the pot. You feel what I'm saying? Too
I
many
get
people. For example, if you got one guy in charge of, like, everything, you're going to overwhelm him. So you got to delegate.
Yes.
So you got to delegate. But the problem is, if you got 3 guys trying to run a show, well, this guy likes so-and-so, but the other 2 guys don't like him. They don't want him on the show at all. And then you got this guy over here who really wants to go somewhere and really wants to, like, tell the story, but you got all these conflicting people wanting their way. And that's the problem with wrestling, is because it is tied to creativity, and a lot of us are very creative and very driven in that creativity. It's very hard to then go, wait a minute, we're doing what this person's saying to do. Your idea might be good, but we're not doing that. Sometimes people get offended. They get their feelings hurt.
It is an ego issue, very much so. Especially when you're in a business that's very testosterone driven.
Everybody thinks they're creative, and everybody thinks if I just had that right spotlight put on me, I could be a ginormous superstar.
Yeah, but here's the thing. In order to be a big superstar or be famous, whatever, to be big in your field, you have to have that mindset, at least in my opinion, of my ideas sometimes aren't the best and some people can add to them. That's what the creativity process is, especially when you're working with other people.
I feel like that goes with just, okay, so professional wrestling, stand-up comedy, music, we have similarities when it comes to, like, merchandise, and, like, we are what we're selling, so we physically have to do X, Y, Z, and blah, blah. There's a lot of similarities there. So there's a lot of that same mentality of, I'm creative, and if just the right person put the light on me, I'd show the world that I'm the greatest thing since sliced bread. I'm sure even in stand-up comedy, there's, and again, I've done 2 shows. I'd love to do more stand-up, by the way. But I'm sure even in stand-up comedy, there's guys who are like, yeah, I'd be the next Gabriel Iglesias if it just get the right guy to look at me. You know what I mean? And he shits on everybody and thinks they're the greatest thing since sliced bread and blah blah blah.
I've seen that in the comedy field, and I've also seen people that try to bring others down by talking about, like, how bad their comedy is or whatever, even though the crowd liked it. I've seen that happen a lot. But I would argue sometimes stand-up comedy and wrestling aren't similar in a way where with comedy it's more so that one person writing, sometimes with, like, criticism, whereas wrestling, it should be both parties working together to make the best storyline for each other and the best matches for each other. So it's more similar to acting in a way, or writing a script to each other, or whatever you want to compare it to.
Like I said, there will be differences, but the point being is we each think at some point or another, if I could just do this or get in front of here or be here, I'll make it. Or you've done something with yourself, but you didn't quite get anywhere beyond, get some eyes on you, but you still think that means you did something. And this is, and again, not to get into all this, but we are on a podcast, so let's just effing talk, shall we?
Yeah.
I had a discussion with a friend of mine recently, and the question came up, what do you consider making it? Someone told me, I don't know why you do this. You'll never make it. You'll never get on TV because of my health problems and issues like that. But I said, well, all I ever really wanted to do was be involved in professional wrestling and, win titles and do the whole shtick that you do in professional wrestling. And I'm doing that. It might not be...
So you're successful.
Right. So where do you measure the success? Is it, do I make a living doing it? Or is it, do I have 100 bookings every weekend? Or is it that I'm just happy that I get to do this at all? Do I consider that my success? Or do I have to be on TV? Do I have to have Mick Foley and Undertaker and Bully Ray and all these other people know who I am to be considered successful?
Here's my opinion on that, since you brought it up. I think too many people, and myself included, in several moments of my life, like to think of success as comparing to how other people are that are successful, or society's view of successful, when success, technically speaking, is how you yourself would define success, not how other people would define success.
I'm just pointing out that...
No, I know.
That
I'm just adding to
I'm
it.
a 2-time MVP Masters champion, a 3-time Black Diamond Wrestling Free-For-All champion, a 4-time MVP Tag Team champion, a 1-time MVP Monsters Division champion, the only man to hold the Masters and Monsters Division titles at the same time, and I have cerebral palsy.
So you are successful, in my opinion.
Anybody else want to try to match me?
No, I don't at all. I don't even know how you fucking do it, to be honest with you. Like, I couldn't do that without palsy. Like, that's I'm not gonna lie. I couldn't do that shit without it. I'm a little wimp when it comes to that shit. I'm like, nope. I'd hit the mat one time, like, nah, I'm good.
So, hey, I'm sorry, I don't see anybody else getting chopped in their chest to the point where it starts to bleed. Like I've been through. I've been put through tables. I've been flipped upside down, driven on top of my head, and still got back up.
Dude, that was brutal. That was fucking brutal.
The reason I call myself the main effing man for a goddamn reason. I guess I'm going to start PCing it up and saying God bless reason or whatever. But the point I'm trying to say, the reason I say that is because I've been through things that most people would quit. Most people wouldn't get out of bed and face the day. I do it. I get up. I face the day every day. I do things that everybody has told me my whole life I can't do. All because all of you people who said I can't do it, I'm going to shove it in your faces, and now I can. So,
and that's the meaning of life. Telling the people that say that you can't do it to go fuck themselves. See, you won't say it. I will, though. I'll say, but
that's what I mean. I'm a triple crown. I'm the only man to hold the Monsters, the Masters, and the tag. I'm the only man to win that triple crown. That is why I am the king. It's not just some fancy little thing I started to wear and think, oh, maybe... No, I earned this. Okay, Skippy? I earned it.
Yes, you did. You earned everything that you've gotten because you are...
Thank you. Finally somebody's saying it.
Yes. I'll be the one to say the quiet part out loud.
Listen, okay, and I'm making this very clear. I love my family. I love my brother Harley. I'm proud of everything he's done, but he is not going to stand above me. He is not going to get anywhere higher than he's already gotten. Nice hat, by the way. Because of the simple fact that I am the king. I have shared so much with him in my life. And people are praising him, and people are saying how great he looks and how great he's doing. And that's awesome. But why isn't anybody saying anything to me, Usenick? Go ahead.
Probably because...
Answer. Go ahead, tell me. Why is no one saying, man, Davidson, you're doing such a great job. Man, DA, you're running the Black Sheep Society so great. Man, DA, so proud of you becoming the king. How come nobody's saying that to me? Go ahead, tell me.
Could be that he needs the reassurance and being acknowledged, and you don't because you've earned it. They know that you deserve it, so they don't congratulate. It's a weird psychological thing. They probably know that he needs the reassurance to keep going, and you don't because you are the main effing man.
Sorry about getting that there. You didn't deserve that.
Oh, no, you're good. I put on the headdress because I didn't want to be the only one with a hat on. I did it without one. I mean, I can't do it, though. That's...
But the point I'm trying to make is, like, people want to say I'm jealous of my brother. I'm not jealous of my brother. I just want what's mine, and I'm sick of people like him taking it.
Hey, dude, just dye your hair blonde. People will tell you how great you are.
And go on a crash course diet and get some shitty cookies made, and yeah, I'll be all good.
You'll be great, but keep your beard brown. That'd set you two apart.
He might be handsome, but I'm dashing, so we're...
You could be dashing D.A. Morse, because I don't think Cody uses that anymore.
Sorry, I'm the one and only main effing man, and it's that simple.
Oh, I hear a challenge to Cody Rhodes right now.
No, fun fact, when I was first starting in wrestling, and like, you know, you go to your training class and you start talking over ideas with people, and there was a song, I'm trying to remember the band, but they had a song where the lyric is, I'm red, white, blue, tattooed, and just don't care. I'm your all-American nightmare. And right before Cody started calling himself the American Nightmare, I'm like, that would be a really cool name. The All-American Nightmare would be really cool. And then he comes out with the American Nightmare. So I'm like, okay, yeah, all right, that works, makes sense. You're Dusty's kid, yeah, perfect. Fine with me.
Yeah, he's not the American Dream. He's the American Nightmare. I always loved when he started using that because I'm like, that's kind of an ode to his father.
Well, Dustin used it in WCW.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That was when he was still going by Dustin Runnels, wasn't it?
Yes, when he was still originally the natural Dustin Reynolds. Which I've seen Goldust live a few times, and you'd be surprised how tall he is. He doesn't look that tall on camera, but dude's tall. I'm not short, and he made me look short.
You know what's weird is I never made the correlation to him being really tall until I started watching him in AEW, and he took the mask off, the face paint off and shit. And I'm like, he seems taller than... Because he was in WWE where he was wrestling men that were like... Everybody. Like, everybody was like 6 foot or above. And then he goes over to AEW, and he's like towering over people. I'm like, that's fucking crazy.
And let me make this very clear. I am not tribalist towards any brand. I want all of professional wrestling to do well. I want there to be places for guys like me to go and apply our crafts and possibly make a living doing it. That's never going to be a bad thing. So, I don't care if it's JCW, NWA, AEW, WWE. If you're making a living doing wrestling, God bless you.
Mm-hmm.
That's simple. I know some people, especially wrestling fans, can get very tribalistic.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, it's not.
I've witnessed it. Like, I made a post one time. I was watching wrestling again, but I decided to watch AEW. And a lot of people are like, AEW isn't going to last very long. WWE will take them out of business, LOL. I'm like, why is it got to be a competition?
Right.
Like,
even though that's what they want. But
it's really weird to me because... Nothing against either company. I like things about both of them, and I hate things about both of them, or dislike, I should say. But AEW started out saying we don't want to compete with WWE. We're just going to do our own thing. And then they started making, like, shots at WWE in the beginning with, like, Cody Rhodes breaking the fucking throne. And I'm like...
No, like, don't get me wrong. Ain't none of them Mon Valley Pro Wrestling. Because the place to be is MVP. But, AEW, I'll never forget when they aired. It was a crazy year in my life because my daughter was born. We watched the first episode of AEW Dynamite in the hospital, like, waiting for it. It's one of those memories I'll hold on to for the rest of my life. That pro wrestling, such a momentous thing in pro wrestling, is tied to the birth of my daughter, makes me feel like my two worlds are more connected, if that makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense.
But
really.
for those who are like, well, I don't, WWE's this and AEW sucks. So you don't like people making a living. You don't like really talented people being shown to the world in what they can do. That's what you're saying when you say, I want X, Y, and Z company to close. You're asking people to lose jobs. I don't.
You know what also don't make sense to me is not even with up and coming stars, but seeing legends or like people that's been in the game for a while going somewhere else and making a better gimmick or better storylines, and then people saying, "Oh, they're just old and washed up," and then when on the news articles or the cheat sheets or whatever you want to call them say that they may be coming back to the bigger company or the company you like, people are like, oh, he's going to have a great run. You just said last week he's too old and washed up. Which is it?
Right. but that's what I mean. Like the wrestling fan will go, I want cookies. You give him cookie. Where's my pie? Like,
right.
And let's not get started. And let me make this very clear, everybody. Mon Valley Pro Wrestling, our events traditionally sell for about $20 a seat anywhere in the building. That is a lot cheaper than you're going to get trying to go to a WWE event or an AEW event where you're spending $80, $90 at AEW for nosebleed seats, and you're spending like a couple $100 for the worst seat at WWE now. By the way, to all the people who are still throwing money at a company who literally is jacking up their prices to say screw you, what are you doing? But that's beside the point.
See, I could never go to a WWE event for that reason. Nothing against the company, but your ticket prices are too fucking expensive.
I've been to AEW's live events when they ran in Pittsburgh. I've gone to a...
What year? Because I went to an AEW event in Pittsburgh as well. We may have crossed paths then too.
I'm trying to remember because I remember what was on the card with the one they had CM Punk versus Dustin Rhodes.
Okay, that wasn't the same one because I went to the.
That was one of them. That was one of them. I had another one I went to, but I can't remember the card right this second.
I went to the third Dynamite taping that was in Pittsburgh. It was.
No, I wasn't there. I wasn't there for that.
It was that event where Chris Jericho was like back up in like the box thing, like doing, I forget what he was doing, and then Cody Rhodes came out and started beating him up, and then out came DDP.
Oh yeah, it's good. I remember what you're talking about now, but I wasn't at that one. The one I was at, they had Sting dressed in like sweats and had a Sting mask, and he was in the crowd. I saw him dive off something. It was great. But the point I'm trying to make is AEW provides a product that people like and enjoy, so why hate on it? There's guys getting noticed, guys getting signed to bigger companies now because of their time in that company. It's improved people's lives, got people noticed. What is the problem?
Exactly.
I thought wrestling fans liked wrestling. So...
I have a question getting back on topic to MVP. You said you guys are going to have a show on YouTube. Where can we find that, and when does episodes get posted?
Mon Valley Pro is where you will find that on YouTube. They're doing weekly tapings, I believe, right now at the City Reach Church in Charleroi, Pennsylvania. If you want to go be a part of the TV taping, it's $10. Go in, be a part of the TV taping, and then I believe it's every 2 weeks. The next big event that we have coming up is going to be on Valentine's Day, on February 14th. So wives, if you're upset with your husbands because they dragged you to a wrestling show, you can throw them in the ring, body slam them around a little bit, everything.
Dude, that would be awesome. A Valentine's Day Battle Royale.
With all the boys' girlfriends and wives, that would be interesting. But
World
no,
War
like,
Three.
yeah, but February 14th, all seats are $20. Is one of our bigger events that we try to do one every month. Yeah, February 14th, City Reach Church. That is 1006 Fallowfield Avenue, Charleroi, Pennsylvania. Start time is at 6 o'clock. All seats are $20. Get there, get yours fast because they sell out quick. Also, we have some of the greatest pizza because we're sponsored by one of the greatest pizza places in the area. It's just a fantastic time for everybody all around.
And when did you say tapings usually are and when they release?
I believe Sunday, but they've already released a few episodes. I'm not sure what the release schedule is right this second, but I know they try to tape about every Sunday.
Okay. I just wanted to get it all out there so people can watch it because I've seen you guys live a few times and it's great wrestling, great fun. So guys, go check it out. I need to make my way out there and watch.
So yeah, just make sure you bring that mask with you, brother. I might need to headbutt somebody again.
I'll bring the hat too. You can wear that too. Come out to YMCA or some shit. Go ahead.
Hey, we got a king, whatever you are. Yeah, we can make it work.
I don't even know. I'm the jack of all trades. Some people just call me a jack off, but but guys, MVP. That's where it's at.
Mon
you guys are
Valley Pro Wrestling. MVP. It's the place to be. Make sure you come check us out.
MVP's the place to be. Is that your guys' slogan? If not, it should be.
It's the one I use, but it's not the official one that the company and the people in charge like to use. I like it because it's got a ring to it. But as far as
you guys have a chance to be in charge. I mean, honestly, if you look at any rebellious group in history, DX is now running WWE. Like, you have a chance. You have a chance.
Listen, as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to the Black Sheep Society, we don't need to take over, man. Because how can you take over what's already yours? It's our kingdom. It's our house. We are the ones who run that place. Everybody in that place knows that it's all about the Black Sheep Society. We got people who won't even look at us when we walk around that place. Do you understand? We are the ones who run Mon Valley Pro Wrestling. And you either are with us or you're just in the way.
I love that. I love the attitude. I love the...
What attitude?
You're in the
way.
way.
This ain't attitude. This is real. Everybody wants to talk about wrestling not being real. This is real. As real as it gets. Black Sheep Society or nothing. That simple. We run the place. We are everywhere. If you wear our shirts, if you chant Black Sheep, whoop, whoop, if you run with us, you are part of that. You are part of what runs MVP Wrestling.
See, I know that Usenick Unleashed runs the podcast game. However, Mon Valley Pro does have their own podcast I saw on YouTube, so guys go check that out too.
Yeah, a little something they got in the works. You also got Gamer Got a Game on Twitch TV. He's streaming all the time, always doing things.
I love that guy.
Yes, sir. Give it up one time for Jay Brew, a.k.a. Gamer Got a Game. But the point I'm trying to make is there's guys out there who are... We don't just do wrestling. There's guys out there to do streaming. There's guys out there to do podcasts. There's guys out there who are just trying to get in front of you all, get their message out there, show their talent, and just entertain. That's all I have ever wanted to do is entertain, and I think I entertain pretty well. You know?
I am big into entertaining as well. I haven't done comedy in like a year, but I've still found ways to entertain. But my form of entertainment sometimes is being making people question things and making people wonder, because I think that's what comedy's all about, at least in my field. And I think wrestling kind of is too, because wrestling in several companies will do like controversial storylines or storylines that go with real life issues. So I think that's how the two art forms are kind of similar in a way. blending reality and
again, you could. This is one of the problems I have with a lot of modern music too. It used to be, it's all storytelling. Whether it's wrestling, whether it's stand up and you got a mic in your hand and you're telling people a story, or you're taking people on a journey through their music, it's all storytelling. It's all entertainment. It's all stuff to make us stop and go, you know what? The world we live in might just be a little bit more tolerable because of this thing. And whether that's stand-up comedy, whether that's anime, whether that's professional wrestling, whatever it is you love out there and you have a passion for it, whether it puts a dime in your pocket or it's just something that puts a smile on your face, don't ever be afraid to do something. And don't ever hold yourself to a standard of success that someone else tells you you have to be at.
And I think people worry too much about this thing that we created called money that we forget that the greatest currency of all is just entertaining and making people happy or making people think or reaching out to people that need it.
Yeah. Plus, I'm a king. I have plenty of money.
You're like, I own this kingdom.
Yes. I'm currently sitting in my castle upon my throne. I know.
You need to get you a nice little throne, like a.
Oh, dude, I really dig the chair I'm in right now. It's we just moved into this new place a few months ago, and you know, family's real happy. We're all good. We're all doing well. So.
I'm glad you're doing well, because I know there for a minute you was having some moving situations and stuff. So I'm glad you finally found your kingdom.
Again, everybody could be doing better, right? And when we all say we're doing well, we all could do a little better, whether it's in finances or whatever the case may be. But I can't complain from my position.
Hey, you found a kingdom, so that's all that matters.
That's what I call my bathroom.
Oh, dude, that's the porcelain pony. I call that.
That was a joke.
I call that one my porcelain pony. I ride that in the battle. I had a teacher that called it that, and I've been calling it that ever since. My little porcelain pony.
Yeah,
so when are you and your brother going to finally fight it out and get this over with?
Listen, okay, this is going. I'm going to make sure the camera is really listening to me, okay? John, and all of MVP management, if you do not want to be liable for what happens between me and Handsome Harley, that's fine. I'll do an unsanctioned match. You can have the fans bring the weapons. You could have it be a street fight, whatever it is. We're going to make sure that the fans get their money's worth and that I deal with the biggest pain in my freaking neck I've dealt with for 32 freaking years. I'm done playing around. I'm done letting Harley drag me down and everybody praising him. I'm ready to hit him in the head with anything and everything. Do you understand? I'm going to make sure that he ain't handsome. Namo. Make it happen, MVP. I know you're too afraid because you know me. You know that I will go places that you don't like. So quit being chickens and make it happen between me and Harley T. Morris.
Judging by your anger, it would be turned into a buried alive match.
Listen, okay, you call it anger, I call it justified. You know why it's justified? You ever have somebody you growing up with, had dreams with, thought was going to be there to support you every day of your life, just for everybody to tell him he's great, he's doing wonderful, he's going to go somewhere, and you have all the success in the world, and nobody looks at you and tells you, great job. Nobody tells you you're going somewhere. Nobody's calling you to be on their freaking shows. Everybody's calling him. And I'm going to prove to everyone, the entire world, because I want every freaking camera I can get on this match, because I'm going to prove to everyone that Harley is not better than me, that I am the king for a goddamn reason.
I understand. It is very justifiable. It's I understand. I like your little throne you have there though. Little pillow. Just walk it off. Just walk. There you go. You're back. We're good. I'm gonna let you cool down here in a minute because I'm gonna probably end this shortly because I have to go handle some things. I guess.
You gotta go talk to a man about a horse. I understand.
Yeah, I gotta go ride the porcelain pony into battle. Um, I actually, technically, I know how weird this might sound, but I technically could still do the podcast if I ever had to go to the bathroom because the bathroom is right there. Um,
Toilet time with Mike Usenick.
I actually knew this guy, unrelated, but I think you'd find the story funny. I knew this guy that was you gotta applaud his dedication. He would have a camera, I would assume, in every room of his house. Because whenever I'd be talking to him, he'd be like, all right, I got to go into the living room. And I'd be talking like he wasn't doing what he was doing because just promotion and stuff because I had some sponsors at the time. And next thing I know, the camera switched to him sitting on his couch. And he had a microphone and a camera. And then he switched to him in the kitchen. And I'm like, you got one in the shitter? Like, what is what is going on here? This is great.
All right. So
But
is it time for the plug party then?
yes, let's do the plug party.
All right. So you all want to know what the belt taker, the history maker, the king of all he sees, the main effing man for a God blessed reason. You want to know where I'm at? I'm at Mon Valley Pro Wrestling, February 14th. Charleroi, Pennsylvania at the City Reach Church. If you weren't listening earlier, I'm not going to go over the whole address again, but that's where I'll be February 14th. You know, come represent the Black Sheep Society, the greatest thing in professional wrestling going today. Come on out, support local talent, support City Reach Church, support the people who need your support, and come watch me be the greatest thing you'll see all week.
You heard it here first, folks. That
also,
is February.
I promise not
14th.
to steal your girlfriends on Valentine's Day.
Honestly, that's why I don't have one. Cause
I'm married.
it's all right, dude. You can steal mine. I don't have one. I mean, you'd be stealing my right hand.
Also,
That'd be weird.
Also, make sure you check me out on YouTube. I post little shorts about my upcoming events, little videos, all that stuff. The main effing man, D.A. Morris, on YouTube. Also, find me on Facebook. You can find me everywhere, you know.
Go check out D.A. Morris. He is incredible. He's the king for a reason, baby. And check out Mon Valley Pro on YouTube. Do you guys have a website yet that they can go to?
Right now, it is just Mon Valley on Facebook.
Uh-huh.
You can find us on Facebook at Mon Valley. You can find it by the profile picture of MVP Wrestling. Very easy to find us. You can find our YouTube channels, and all of it's linked also through Gamer Got a Game and Twitch and all that stuff. We're not hard to find if you just do a little bit of looking.
Yep, all you have to do. Google's free. Google's a free platform. Guys, remember, stay unleashed and live long, rock hard, and break societal norms, and go ahead and give your farewells.
Thank you. Love ya.